turn 5, and this is a dungeon alert. We've got the dungeon just next to me, so it's going to be win or die here, because I'm probably going to try the dungeon, and if I fail, then game over. If I win, then I will have 2 T2 or a mix of T2, T3, which is going to be very helpful versus Gab. I also have a column of champion just in front of the dungeon, somehow to tell me, try the dungeon, and if I can get to level 4 with my AD, then I would be able to get to level 5 with Mayflower, and I would get Cold Ancestral Spirits, which would be very, very helpful for the dungeon. So what I did this turn was 2 fights. First one was quite pushy. I didn't play very well. I lost a lot of HP and didn't manage to use Nourishing Meal, because the lesser spirit elementals are really, really annoying. They've got 80% fire and shock resistance, as I said on the protection. As I said on the previous video, I think. So they're really hard to kill with Draconian Sorcerer, and I really had some troubles to kill them. And they also have Bestow Ironheart, giving them even more resistance. It's a creation node, so there is Mass Bless. I also took critical hit at some point, almost killed my leader, so it was really a tough fight, and I should to beat them. And then I did the Magma Forge, and because I researched Guerilla Tactics this turn, so after I killed 3 units, I retreated with everyone to be able to enter again and get a free Nourishing Meal and a free main magical being for everyone. Also, I was able to use Dispel and main magical being twice, and Steel Enchantment once, because on the first fight I couldn't use it, as the Nourishing Meal was on the Apprentice directly. So I put Guerilla Tactics to good use. My Apprentice is still lagging a bit behind, but now he is expert, and very soon he's going to be elite, and then he will have floating, which will be very, very interesting. By the way, the Apprentices have very weak melee strike, so when I was in melee versus the Lesser Spirit Elemental was really, really tough. I was just doing 1 or 2 damage every turn. So next turn I clear this. I'm probably at some point I will use the Guerilla Tactics. That's once per strategic turn, so maybe not that fight, probably that fight, to make sure everyone leveled up, and I just maximize the experience. And so yeah, the goal is to get to level 4 with both guys, which should be doable, I think, to get to level 5. I forgot what I unlock at level 5 for Sorcerer. For AD it's quite good, because I will get both Cold Ancestral Spirit and Befriend Animal. It's kind of a waste, so actually lesser Befriend Animal. This should not be displayed. Ah, that's for leaders, okay. This is a bit of a shame, because I will get it only after I clear the animal the animals at the column of champion, so I won't be able to befriend a small spider, but still. Okay, so at level 5 nothing really interesting, and I cannot get Arcane Binding or Chain Lightning because I'm leader. Floating is nice, obviously, but the nice stuff come at level 7 with Inflict Stun. Then Inflict Spirit Breaking can be quite interesting in combination with Befriend Animal, and then at level 11 Master Illusionist. which is the main target. Because after I've got Master Illusionist plus floating him, it's going to be really difficult for Gab to follow me. Okay, so I got a lot of gold by clearing everything. I also took a gold stash here with the Wisp. And now I'm building an Apprentice. I'm keeping the hatchling here. I hope I can meet the nearest independent next turn in this area, probably at the end of the road. Then I can take this to Cartographer's Tent. There is a watchtower here also, which I should take as soon as possible, but probably going to do this. The inn, which is there, and then the dungeon. And there is ancient ruins here, which should give me about 40 research points. So I'm hesitating between a few researches. Sorcery 1, even though I'm not that high on mana, but I hope I can clear sites to keep having a flowing mana income from sites, from clearing. Basic seafaring, because you never know, but at the same time I expect to have a floating army coming with me. Summon Phantasm Warrior, and then to somehow get to Node Serpent at some point. Starblades would allow me to get then maybe not harmonizing energy, but the spell Protecting Sphere, I think, which gives 80% physical protection, which is quite a good spell. Or Embrace Darkness to get Seed of Distrust, as I said before. And Hasty Plunder would be good, so that when I meet Gab I can just plunder him. On the short run, I don't expect to meet Gab that soon, and if I don't have a Sphinx Temple, I'm not going to research Hasty Plunder because it takes too many turns. I'm not building a lab at my throne because that would be giving it to Gab. So in the short run I'm going for sorcery. Then when I can get a Sphinx Temple or something, I might research Embrace Darkness, Seed of Distrust, and then go for the summons. I think the summons are going to be the best plan for me at some point to get some good units which can float. So I leveled up and I'm taking Charge Army. So now I've got +1 melee shock strength on my units, and I'm also going to take Stunning Touch, which can be quite useful to immobilize enemy units and be able to farm experience as you want, and yeah, do whatever you want with one unit immobilized. Thanks for watching, see you next time.